Hey up, Middox. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon. Hope you're all well. Leicester take on Brentford away in the FA Cup fourth round clash. Leicester winning 4-0 against Stoke in the third round with a comfortable win. Although we've got some bad news to tell you boys, if you didn't already know and you've been under a rock, Leicester City will be missing out Jamie Vardy for the next 2 to 3 weeks, potentially coming back around the Wolves versus Wolves or Liverpool, depending, somewhere around February, mid-Feb, sort of the 13th, I reckon he'll be back. I am wearing a classic shirt brought by Retro T-shirts as well. I'll put them in the description of the video if you're interested in that. So we're here for the predictions. We've got the last one right. We got bang on for Chelsea. We were all right in the chat. Well done, everyone, for that. I haven't got it saved, so I can't show you, but we did get it absolutely spot on. Simple as that. You're looking good in that old kit, pal. How's the... Yes, mate. How are you all anyway in the chat? Phantoms here. Marlon's also here. MP Gamer, I'll give you a shout out because you come here now and again. Angela as well. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're well. Good evening. Good evening. Ian Acho is going to play, says Zurus. Let's take a look at some of the stats for the Leicester versus Brentford before we get into it. Brandon Rodgers and Cleachy and Acho have spoken to the media ahead of the clash, and I think Rodgers is going to play Soyuncu. I think Ian Acho will probably play as well, like I've just said. Live coverage will be here on the show, on the channel. We will be live. We've got Winks here as well. Let me drop him in. We're going to be live tomorrow for the watch along, so please click the like. Click the likes on that. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the pinned chat as well. If you click on that and smash the like and get those likes up, guys, then that will help us get some more views and help just people get suggested by the video. So let's have a look anyway at what we can do and see how well we can get this, because like I say, we got spot on against Chelsea. We even got the bench right against Chelsea. That's how good it was, Winks.
Yeah, it was a very impressive show from us all.
Oh, mate, honestly, we got it absolutely spot on. That's the first one we've got bang on. We've got the actual starting 11 right. We've got the bench right. Everything was bang on the money in the chat. So let's get straight to this and see how we can put this together. It's going to be tough because we got it way wrong last time on the FA Cup. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to have a look at the way. I'm going to look at the way we lined up last time. The way we last lined up was a 4-5-1 with Justin at left, Castagna on right, Evans and Fofana were on. Kasper Schmeichel was in goal. So it was a full side really against Stoke. And we battered them 4-0. Harvey Barnes and James Justin, by the way, were phenomenal in that match. Harvey Barnes was left, O'Brien was right. Pratt is going to be missing for at least 3 months, due back around April after pulling his hamstring. Ndidi in the middle and Yuri Tillemans with a Perez playing up top as a striker. What do you think, Winks? Where do we go from here?
I think this is going to be a test run for the Prem, obviously, because Vardy's been injured. I think this is going to be used as a test run to see how your striker partnership can work with the wingers. I think they're going to give Perez a run up front instead of Iheanacho, because that is hopefully for you guys going to be your long-term Premier League team until Vardy gets back.
Yeah.
So I think he will have a hit up front.
I'm going to agree. So that's because me and you both agree with the same first suggestion of Perez up top. We're going to put Perez up top. But the next one's down to you guys. Who's in goal for this fixture? Does Kasper Schmeichel start, or does Danny Ward finally get a kick out? Does Danny Ward finally get a little go in the sticks? Let me know in the chat. Does Kasper Schmeichel go, or is it Danny Ward? I can imagine you boys are going to vote for Kasper Schmeichel, but I'm sure Danny Ward needs a game.
Was I wrong to say that he had a run out not too long ago and he was really, really good?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I think it was a cup tie. A lot of people are saying Ward. Jahad saying Ward. Joe Hunter says Ward. Matt says Ward. Look, everyone's suggesting Ward. Imtiaz, welcome back, Imtiaz. Not seen you for quite some time. Joe says Ward as well. So it looks to me like we're being outvoted for Schmeichel, even if we wanted Schmeichel. So it looks like Ward. The guys in the chat have spoken. Ward is going to be featured goalkeeper against Brentford. That's what we're going with.
Makes sense, to be fair. He's a good keeper, and I don't think it'll be too much of a loss because obviously Kasper, as much as he's a keeper, every now and then it's always good to have a little bit of a rest and get your mind set, ready for the big games again. But, he's a good keeper, so.
You noticed everyone said Ward, but not Jakubovic, because he's never going to get in the Leicester. I'm surprised he's still leaving at the club. I suppose it's just free money for him, right?
Yeah, it is. It's just sitting there gaining money, isn't it?
Everyone says Ward. Marlon says Ward. So we're going with Ward at the back. Right. So what about the defence? Because we've got Soyuncu who's back from fitness. Surely he's got to play. Wes Morgan's out of this one, Pratt's out of this one, and Vardy are out of this one. There's 3 players that are definitely out for this fixture.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one because you don't want to be putting the defenders in case they get injured. But then again, you want to be putting them in so they can get a bit of a run out. So
I think Soyuncu and Daniel Amate are going to start. That's what I think.
What, centre backs?
Yeah, I think Soyuncu will start because he needs that full game time, and this is his chance. Mind you, Brentford are not a pushover. They are 3rd in the Championship, and they're in good form.
Yeah. Well, am I going to be right to say we're going to be playing with wing-backs?
I don't know. Let's have a look. So we've got Pereira. Everyone reckons Ricardo Pereira is going to go.
Winger or defender, though?
Well, let's just see first. Justin and Evans as well. Amate. Right back, Castagna. Imtiaz is going for right back at Castagna. Now, I'm not saying it's not, but we got this as a group. We got this right. So I'm going to wait for a few more people to pick the centre back first. We're doing centre back. So Soyuncu and who? Who would you go with, Winksy?
I think I'd go with someone a little bit younger. So no, I don't know actually, because Soyuncu is quite young, isn't he? So maybe an Evans.
I personally think, I really believe this, that Daniel Amate goes centre. I don't know why. I've got a feeling that's going to happen tomorrow.
Let's have a look. There's a lot of people saying Evans.
A lot of people are saying Evans. Morgan's out. Lads in the chat, if anyone's putting Morgan in, Morgan is out of this fixture. He's not fit. He is injured. He's not in the squad. So Wes Morgan is out. It could be Fofana and Soyuncu, because we've not really got to see that pairing yet, Winksy. And I think Rodgers might want to test that out. So let's just put Amate there a minute.
I don't know, because I don't think he'll be playing for Fofana just because of him being possibly injured or maybe get injured during the FA. I don't think he want to risk it.
This is not just our show, remember that. This is the fans' show, and the guys in the chat are saying Wesley Fofana. A lot of people are saying Fofana and Soyuncu. A lot. Johnny Evans says Joe Hunter, but he's being outvoted here. Fofana need to test it out.
Fofana need to rest.
I personally think Amate will start, but I'm going to leave it as Fofana because the amount of people that have put him in. Simple as that.
To be fair to you, I've just scrolled up a little bit, and there's I think 3 people that have said Amate and agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Amate has to start. Imtiaz.
Fofana.
Evans.
It's
tricky. I reckon we leave this one out until the end. Give it a couple more.
Okay, we move the centre. What we'll do is we'll put all the centre backs at the top. What we've got potentially, the centre backs are at the top at the moment, and we get to pick in a bit. So we'll go left. Who's going left? James Justin to feature again. I think so.
I think so. But then again, if he's rested, do you reckon that will be the start for Ricardo Pereira return, maybe?
He's a young lad. I don't think he needs rest at the minute. I think he needs game time more and more and more. He's played every minute, I think, for Leicester so far, every game. But Luke Thomas is a shout, says Sidant.
A lot of people saying Thomas.
Yeah, it's a good shout, Luke Thomas. Do you think we might see Thomas? Oh, and Justin maybe on the bench?
I can't see Justin being rested.
I can't see Justin being rested. I can see Luke Thomas being on the bench.
His performance was massive as well. Do you remember that?
Luke Thomas but Luke Thomas played well. The games that he has had, he's shown that he is, another talent. I think he's a lovable lad.
Overruled.
No, he's from Syston. Are we overruled? Let's have a look.
Yeah,
Play Luke Thomas. Okay, right. The guys in the chat say so. So I think we're going to get this one wrong this time, lads, personally. I really do. We're going to be way off this, but we smashed it last time. We really did. Who goes right back? Does Ricardo go right back?
You know what? I think the speculation isn't there, but I think he could be having a run out as a right winger.
He could do to give him a bit of a test, but does that mean Castagna goes right back?
I think Justin will go right back. I don't think Justin.
You think Justin goes right back?
Yeah, I think that would be a sick duo on the right side.
And you go for Ricardo Pereira on the right.
That's what I think, possibly.
Wow.
But it's obviously up down to those guys.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people are agreeing with me.
Winksy has spoken. Justin at right back and Ricardo on the right. Wow.
A lot of people are agreeing. What do you think?
It looks good, and I'd like to see how Ricardo Pereira can do.
Especially with James Justin behind, because that means Ricardo can go push a bit more forward.
Yeah,
because Justin's going to be bombing in as well.
Look, Joseph's calling it exactly how we're thinking. I think we leave it like that for now.
A lot of people are liking that.
Yeah, let's leave it as that for now then. Winksy is the best. So you've got fans of your own. Make sure you follow Winksy at Winksy10 on Twitter as well and grow his Twitter account. Come on, lads. Put Ricardo Lee at right back, says Sedan. I'm not so sure though, Sedan. I think Rodgers wants to test him out on the wing, and this is a perfect game to really do that.
Yes, definitely.
So we're going to leave it like that for now, and then
we'll
see
what about Under?
Yeah. Under is a potential as well. That's the problem. Yeah, Kenya's Under's going to get a start, mate.
Yeah, but you say that. We say that every single week, and how many times have we gotten that wrong?
No, he's going to start
every single time.
No, he's going to start. I was listening to the BBC Forum thing. They spoke to Rodgers. I think he's going to start, mate. I think Kenya's Under starts. I don't think
over Ricky P.
No, I think Ricardo Pereira is going to be right back. I think Justin's having a rest.
What's everyone else saying then? Would you take Under over Ricardo? Is that what everyone's saying? Is everyone happy with that?
I think so. Where is Under? Yeah, you're right. Under he has to play because he's not played, and he's only just come back from a bit of an injury as well, fitness wise. So, and Ricardo's got to get game time. I think they both get game time down that right side.
Okay, so now they're saying resting Justin, and then playing Ricardo instead.
Yeah, which is what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we're still not battled. Who gets the centre back position? Evans, Amati, or Fofana? Out of the three, who goes next to Soyuncu? Name out of the three lads in the chat: Evans, Amati, or Fofana. Who goes centre back tomorrow? We've got one Daniel Amati.
I've seen that, yeah.
So there's one for Amati. Two for Amati, three for Amati.
One for Fofana, one for Evans. Two for Fofana.
Two for Fofana.
Three for Fofana.
Three for Fofana. It's Amati.
No, four for Amati.
Right, that's it. We're going Amati. You've been outvoted in the chat. Amati goes at the back. Simple as that. No, it's too late now.
It's very split. It's very split, though.
It's very split. But you got to remember, people would actually pick probably Evans and Fofana overall at the moment. But we're not doing that. We're trying to guess of what Brennan Rodgers is going to do. Mendy's fit, by the way, to play for this game too. But obviously he hasn't played for a couple of games because Ndidi's obviously bossed it. And I think he picked up a minor injury. But he will be fit for tomorrow. Does Mendy play tomorrow instead of Ndidi?
I think he's going to give Ndidi a bit of a rest, honestly. I think it's going to be fair. I think it's going to be a little bit of a very. I generally, I don't know whether the squad is going to be right what we're doing or wrong, because it's just going to be so difficult to guess.
It is. It's very, very difficult.
With Brendan being wary of injuries now as well because of Vardy.
Okay, so Mendy's going to CDM. Does he have a partner next to him like Yuri Tillemans, or does Yuri Tillemans go up more with the creative of Maddison maybe in the middle? I don't know. Let's see what the guys are saying. Who's next to Mendy or in front of Mendy? Talk to me. Mendy, Chowdhury in the middle. I don't think Mendy and Chowdhury. That's too defensive. Too defensive. Mendy does have a neck problem, but I think he is fit. What I was listening to is He's fit.
Danny's gaming.
Yeah, I know. There's only 3 players out. There's only 3 players out for this. Vardy, Wes Morgan, and Dennis Pratt. They're the 3 players out for this game. That's it.
Oh,
the rest are in. Everyone's saying Yuri, so it looks look, we're all out. Yuri's in because
Saints go marching in.
Don't mind him. Stop it. Right, who's left? Who goes left?
It's
Harvey
tricky,
Barnes.
man. It's so tricky.
Or don't forget, Michael Brighton can play on the left side.
I think it'll be Barnes.
I think it'll be Barnes
he'll go
too.
2 week.
I think Barnes as well. Let's have a look at what everyone says in the chat. Who's going on the left wing, lads?
Gray.
No, you won't see. I don't think you'll see Gray in a Leicester shirt again. I think he's done. All Brighton on the left. All Brighton on the left.
All Brighton.
Welcome to the chat, Georgie. 1 foot. How are you, mate?
That's 3 for Gray. Believe it or not.
Nah. They don't know nothing about football. The
4 for Gray.
They're doing it on purpose to wind me up. They know the agenda is strong with me and Gray. They know the agenda is strong. Barnes. Right, Harvey Barnes it is. We stick with Harvey Barnes. Perez isn't going left wing. No, that's not happening.
Danny said Gray.
So who goes in the middle, in the front? Who goes in the middle? Is it James Maddison? Or do we pull Perez? Do we pull Perez out and we put Nacho in? Do we put Perez in the middle?
I don't think Nacho will start because I think Brendan Rodgers will want to experiment with Perez up front.
Okay, so is it Madders? Is it Mad Madders is number 10?
It's going to be.
Is he the man?
It'll be good confidence as well if he gets a couple more goals because obviously he's on a good run of form as it is.
Madders says Nippon. Yeah, you're right. Henry says, no, I don't understand what he means there. Bradley says Madders is the number 10. Perez.
Mini Madders.
Yeah. Perez, play Perez as the centre forward. Yeah, I think so too. I think Perez is going to be the striker, personally. Perez and Nacho up front. What, with no creative in the middle? Or do you put Tielemans? I think what they're doing here,
that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think that's what they might be thinking. Tielemans plays as the creative. Mendy sits behind.
But do you think Brendan Rodgers will do that?
No, I don't think so. But the lads in the chat seem to think so. They seem to think that is what's going to happen. I don't think
Brendan Rodgers will go 2 up front.
No, and Tielemans isn't that type of player as a 10 role. Personally,
someone said Justin can play in Cam.
Justin can play anywhere.
Fair enough.
I don't think this is right. I think personally, I think Nacho is not going to play up top. I think Perez will because Brendan Rodgers gave Perez some serious confidence boost by saying that he's a natural striker. He doesn't play the same as Vardy, but he is a natural striker and he's got great ability at finishing. So I think Perez plays. Because of what he said, Brendan Rodgers, in the press conference, I think Perez plays up top. But that means Tielemans and Mendy play in the middle, and we have a number 10 role to play. And the only number 10 we've got, because we've lost Dennis Pratt, is Maddison.
Yeah. Well,
it's got to be Maddison.
That looks like a good squad. Good squad.
It looks like a good squad to me.
I tell you what, though, I would definitely love to see Justin and Ricardo on the right. That would be something in the Prem if you did do that.
Okay, but who makes the bench? Does Christian Fuchs make the bench for a bit of experience because of Luke Thomas' situation on that left?
I think the players you've got on there now, I think will all make it. I think Inacho, Evans, Fofana and Justin will all make it.
I don't think we see Christian Fuchs.
No.
We're not going to see Wes Morgan because he's injured.
Obviously not Vardy.
Wilfred Ndidi might be in the side just in case, but I still think he's personally going to be rested.
You're going to have Castagna
Kasper Schmeichel obviously on the bench just in case.
Castagna as well.
Or does Jakovic get the spot?
No, I think Schmeichel. I think Schmeichel.
Right, we put Schmeichel on the bench as well. Who else goes on the bench?
Castagna.
So Castagna makes the bench. Who else is saying in the chat? Castagna's going to be on the bench. Of course he is.
Chowdhury
will be on the bench instead of Ndidi, if anything, though. You won't have Ndidi and Chowdhury. It'll be one or the other, surely.
Mark
or Brighton's going to make the bench, of course. That's obvious. So, do we remove Ndidi? Does Ndidi get a rest? And does maybe Hamza Chowdhury get in that spot? I think that's what's going to happen personally, because it's the FA Cup. Mind you, they're in good form, so maybe Rodgers might think, no, I thought that. Because they do want to win the Cup.
I think if he chooses Ndidi over Hamza in the FA, then you're definitely knowing that Chamza's going somewhere or he's not favoured.
No, keep Ndidi says. I think so too. I think Ndidi stays, I don't think Rodgers will risk it. And just in case we go 1-0 down, I think he'll want to put someone that can definitely nick that ball, and Ndidi's that man. And then we can get away.
Is Aubameyang injured?
Oh, I don't know. Put Winksy in as a striker. Can you play Winksy? Are you any good?
To be fair, mate, I actually do play football, and that's my position.
Yeah, there you go. Put Winksy on. Lee Chappy, how good is our Instagram? LCFC admin quality. Oh, yeah, it's brilliant, to be fair. Brilliant. Haven't seen Hamza in a long time. No, we haven't. Does he make the bench, even though we've got Ndidi there? I have a feeling we're going to be so off this one, mate, to be honest with you. I
it's just so difficult.
It is. But we can stick Hamza Chowdhury on the bench, and that would be it. That'd be your team.
It's just who would you put instead of Chowdhury? Because obviously there's Fuchs. I reckon Fuchs maybe, actually, thinking about it.
Demarai Gray's just not going to... I don't think he's going to make it. I really can't... I can't see him playing another game in a Leicester top. I just can't see it. It was bad enough when he came on. It was awful. I just can't see it, lads. I personally can't see it. Hamza's going to be on the bench. Yeah, I think we are about it. That is probably about it. Where's all Brighton? Michael Brighton's
on the bench.
On the bench, right above me here. Michael Brighton.
Fuchs over Hamza. See, that's what I thought. But because you've got two CDMs on the bench.
Yeah, maybe. But then you've got Castagna and Justin already. Why would you need Fuchs?
Because he can play as a centre back as well. He's done it before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but then you've got Evans and Fofana. You don't need another centre back.
Yeah, that's to be fair. It is tricky. I don't know, but to be fair, Hamza and Ndidi can play centre mid.
I think that's it, lads. I don't think we can do much else. The team looks about spot on, says Luke in the chat. I think so too, guys. Are you all happy with that? Yes or no? Would you settle for that if that was the team? I think I probably would, to be fair. Ricardo Pereira was classed as the best, well, I think one of the best right backs in all of football at one point. I know he's been out for a year, but look at that team. Realistically, you've got Perez, who's give or take a starting 11. Maddison's definitely a starting 11. Barnes is. Tielemans is a starting 11. Soyuncu was before the injury. Ricardo Pereira definitely was. And then the new guys like, Under and Thomas. Amate, I'm not so sure about. I'm still not convinced of. But I think overall, that looks like a decent side for the FA Cup against Brentford.
Yeah, I mean, if Perez manages to bag himself a couple of goals, I mean, that looks like what it will be, similar to what it'll be like in the Prem with him in his position.
Yeah. I believe we got Brentford in the fourth round last time, the same trip around this time, actually, the 25th of Jan. Yeah, it was a 25th of Jan. It was a 1-0 win. Who got the goal? Was it Nacho? I think it was Nacho. I'm sure it was Nacho.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it was. It was Nacho. Nacho got that win. I'm just looking at the lineups of what we had then. James Justin played that game. Wes Morgan, Soyuncu, Danny Ward was in goal. Christian Fuchs was on the pitch. Chowdhury and Pratt were on. Demarai Gray was on. Perez or Brighton and Nacho.
I'll tell you what, though. Just
Maddison, Evans, Barnes, Tielemans, Schmeichel, Pereira, and Dewsbury Hall, obviously out on loan at the moment, Dewsbury Hall.
I'll tell you what, there's something that is interesting just to quickly speak about before obviously we go, is the title race. Obviously, there's a lot of speak about it now because it's in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got Leicester, Vardy injured. Man City, De Bruyne is injured.
Yep.
They're the two biggest teams, competing with United. Obviously, Liverpool were just not very good at the minute.
Yep, and now it looks to me. Yeah, I know. I think it's just the way the season is, mate. I think people are going to pick up little injuries here and there, and that's the problem. But don't forget, Vardy has been carrying this since 2016. a problem on the hip that he's finally going to have to get sorted. But he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. But look, let's just worry about each game as it comes, I think, instead of worrying about it as a whole. Leicester have scored some goals without Vardy on the field. Barnes has got like 10 in all comps. You know, Maddison's got a fair few in the last few games too. So we can score goals now. We've proved that we can score goals without Jamie Vardy on the field. I think that about wraps it up, though, guys, for today. We've gone for a 4-2-3-1 almost formation with Thomas and Pereira on the left and right, with Soyuncu and Amate as our centre-backs, and Ward finally getting a game in the sticks. Mendy as the holding role, with Tielemans sitting more or less next to him, with Barnes and Under on the left and right, with Maddison as the number 10 role, and Perez playing as a striker. That's what we've picked. Let me know your thoughts on the lineup in total for the game. I'm hoping it's going to be a good one tomorrow. We are live on the channel tomorrow, and we are live from what time are we on? What are we on till? I think it's a 2:10 on the channel. So
15.
so please click the likes, smash those likes. The link is in the description. So click on it, smash the like on that video for me, please. Right now, it's pinned. Go ahead.
Guess what? Just quickly. Right, you ready? Tomorrow, massive statement if we do it. 50 subscribers, well, about 55 or 51 or whatever you want to say, and we are the biggest Leicester fan channel on YouTube. That's all we need.
Wow. So we only need about 50, maybe 60 subscribers to the channel, and we'll be that's nuts. And that's what we're going for, isn't it? What's your predictions before we shoot? What's your score predictions? I'm going to go with Leicester to win again at Brentford. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory against Brentford. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Leicester. I'm gonna be confident for you.
3-0. Should read a few out in the chat before we go. Danny says 4-0 Brentford because he's an arse. 2-0 for me as well, says Robert. 3-0 Leicester. Going with you, Winks. 1-0, 3-1. Let them get a goal, says someone. Rennie, 3-1. 3-0 to Marlon. Nippon says 4-0. Just went and like that watch along this vid. Everyone should do the same. Yeah, please. If there's 60 of you in the chat, I'd like at least 60 likes on that video. Kingdom says 3-0 too. Anyone else I've missed out? MP Game says 3-1. And LCFC Kieran says 2-1. Joe Hunter's going for 3-1 as well. Brentford 1, Leicester 3. Ronan Games says 1-0 to says MG. I've read you out already. Kingdom 3-0. 3-0 to Leicester. Perez hat trick. Jeez. Imtiaz. Please smash the likes on the video. Click the link as well to the watch along tomorrow, and I'll see you at 2:10, I think it is, tomorrow, live here. Brentford versus Leicester, FA Cup 4th round. Come on, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's try and win a trophy this season, boys. Even if we don't win the Premier League, let's get something. I want that bloody FA Cup, lads. At first I didn't, but now I do. Let's keep going. I'll speak to you tomorrow, Winksy, as well. Follow Winksy at Winksy10 on Twitter. Give me a follow at Lee_Chappy on Twitter and on Instagram as well. I'll see you on tomorrow's watch along. Smash the likes, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Come on.